All right, we're back here for round two, Aetherdrift Mega Draft. We got Jeremy Lurgoyf, one of our long time league members here, making it to the second round with his Is It, or I think he has got one or two green cards in his deck, up against Aaron, who we saw with his green, white, splash, and red deck in round one. How's his hand looking here?
His hand looks great. He's got one drop, he's got a two drop, and then he's got lots of things to do on turn three. He's got his Thunderous Velocipede. The question is, does he want to run out a bunch of stuff before or try to put extra counters on him?
So you're saying he's not going to have a 14/14 trample 1/2 on
No.
turn five?
And he
Okay.
doesn't have the second green for it, but he does have a Pothole Mole to help find it, a Glint Sleeve Artisan, and the Visionary Augmenter, the Fabricator we saw in his first match.
Yeah, so a bit of a slow hand here for Jeremy's deck. He has two cyclers that are expensive to cast, but can be cycled. He's got Wicked Slumber, which is a spell that can tap down two creatures and put stun counters. And Nimble Thopterus as a 4-drop and two lands. So any type of interaction here from Aaron uh, once
Aaron
Jeremy
has
plays this
none.
Thopterus is gonna be rough.
And missing on the Pothole Mole, that always feels bad.
Yeah, that is a knock on the card. I mean, everything else about the card is great except that exact scenario.
He has a choice here. He drew the second green, so we could go with Thunderous Velocipede, which is, the card that puts counters on creatures when they enter. Or he could play another creature and kind of keep the beats coming.
I mean, the
Um,
Velocipede is also beats though.
it is also beats. And he does have the Augmenter, which can fabricate, and then
Oh
the
boy,
tokens will also get counters,
yeah, that
and he
doesn't
has
say
an.
non-token, does it?
I
The
don't
Velocipede.
believe so.
All right, this is gonna
I'm
be
not positive.
this could be
Yeah,
painful
it's
here
gonna
for Jeremy.
that shot is gonna get real big, real quick.
I mean,
Just
if he was playing the Augmenter, I think he would have played it
yeah.
pre-combat and then
No,
attacked with a
yeah.
6/6 Shana.
Yeah, no,
So
that's coming next turn. Probably Big Shana, Big Velocipede.
yeah, Jeremy's just got some slow cards here. Wicked Slumber, which can tap two things. Invasion of Vryn, which is just not going to be playable on this board right now. He's got two six
No.
drops, which have cycling. But it's looking like he's going to probably need to cast at least one of them. It's the Sanctuary Smasher, which is a 6/4 first strike, and the Lava Serpent, which is the 5/5 haste.
Scurryfoot for the turn two.
That is
Uh,
a good one.
a lot of stuff that can. A lot of creatures that make creatures. That's all we have in hand.
I mean, that's what he's trying to do with his deck. Go wide, and the payoffs for going wide are very strong in his deck, right? March of the
Yeah.
Worldoos, Velocipede, the dinosaur with Convoke. Like, you know, is not only does he go wide, but when he goes wide, he's doing something with those tokens.
He's going wide. They're getting a little tall, and this is Aaron's only, I believe, it's his second Mega Draft, and he won the last one he was in. He could be batting 100 here. His deck looks like it's just smooth.
Yeah, I mean, like good curve here: 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. We saw his top end is completely insane. So he's at least in this game, it's
Yeah,
looking favorable thus far. I mean, Jeremy can pick up some things to come back in this game. I mean, but he's definitely behind here.
yeah. It looks like we're getting in with the Velocipede. We're just pushing damage
There's a
now. I
seven,
think.
seven there's an 8/8 now. Yeah, so he's gonna sleep these two things for a moment. So I believe it's you get to distribute two stun counters essentially.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the only thing getting in is the mole.
For now, next turn,
Yeah,
there's going to be a lot coming next turn.
yeah. I mean, there will be at least a large creature here to stabilize the board, perhaps, but it doesn't solve the all of the problems. Eventually, Shana will untap and be large. Velocipede is
Hmm.
still just putting counters on things.
Just a Glint Sleeve Artisan in hand for Aaron, but again, it's
That's two
it's a
more
creature
bodies.
that may two more bodies. He
Mhm.
can activate Scurryfoot. He can activate Brushwag.
I mean, 6/4 first strike looks nice, but I mean, at some point, Aaron can just like throw away a creature per turn more or less at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if that point is right now or in a couple turns, but he can just attack past the defenses here and lose a creature.
I'll see which route he wants to go. If he wants to go, you know, leave up Brush Rag, Scurryfoot activations, just wants to cast a card. He drew up a Forest for turn. He does have the 3 green if he draws March of the World Ooze.
Oh, right. Of course. Let's see how he decides. Yeah, he's just going to send everything.
Yeah,
I,
looks like we're getting in.
I figured it was going to be, if not this turn, then the next turn.
Yeah.
He says, I'll throw away one of these creatures. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. And the next turn you have to chump some very big thing.
Yeah, Shana's going to untap as well. Yeah, the 6/4 does stop the 5/5 vehicle from attacking at the very least, but I mean, I don't think he needs the vehicle to attack in order to deal with damage.
Yeah. The 5/5 trample is not even the most concerning thing on the board right now. And it's also something that's going to be really hard for Jeremy to deal with. I don't know if I saw a lot of artifact removal in his pool.
Yeah, he might have maybe something in his sideboard or to that effect, but yeah, we just saw a bit of just a slow start for him. Maybe he needed to like cycle one of his cards early on just to try and find some more early action to not fall behind because we didn't see removal from Aaron. So like if he was just sort of putting things in play,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, even if they were nothing special, they could have at least stopped him from being attacked so wide here. And loot off the top is of no help. I think he's figuring out if he can survive or not. He could play his Lava Serpent. It's just a big 5/5. I think he will still he won't be able to survive.
Yeah, it's still just a lot coming.
Yeah, because he could play the Glint Sleeve and then use that to crew. And that'll
And a
be
walk. Good draw. Walk with the ancestors. Get something back. Discover 4.
so I think it's exactly lethal if he plays the Glint Sleeve and Cruise because the three biggest things will get blocked, and then the Augmenter, two servos, and the 1/1 Brushwag will be exactly the 8.
See if Aaron can figure that out. He wants to cast Walk with the Ancestors.
Hmm.
But he's slowed down and now he's looking at the board.
Yeah, I mean Jeremy's tapped out, so there's no concern about having combat messed with.
Yeah, I think he's figured it out. He's pulling out the glint sleeve. Oh, putting it back. Doesn't hurt to double triple check. This is the
Yeah,
mega draft. This
I
is
mean
the
if,
big
if there's
show.
any time to stop down for a moment and just to make sure everything's what it's supposed to be, now's the time.
Yeah, he's crewing. He figured it out.
I remember at the finals of the Pro Tour, the guy spent I don't even know how long, but he counted his damage 3 times. I think it took like 10 minutes of him just recounting because it was so many creatures. It was like one attack for over 50 damage, but he had to make sure it was like correct. And it was just
And it's
when
exact.
the stakes are high, you need to be sure of everything. And that was a pretty impressive showing. Aaron's been nothing but impressive so far.
Yeah, he's playing great. Still has the Gear Hulk in there. Deck looks real strong. It's a lot of 2 drops and 3 drops, and then just a lot of bombs.
Yeah, for a deck that has about like 8 or 9 things that can be cast on turn 2, Jeremy just had a bit of a slow start there because he does have quite a few things that cost 2 that he could have just, if he drew them, would not have fallen behind as he did. But as it stood, that was a good showing, and looks like Jeremy has dragged in I think it's called the Gasto Blockbuster, the 3-drop red creature from Aetherdrift that can destroy an artifact.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's just when it enters, you may sack a creature or vehicle. If you do, destroy an artifact. So he
I mean,
saw an artifact he wanted to destroy. So
there's only maybe 2 artifacts, 3, I guess, if we count the Gear Hulk. So there's not a ton of targets. But those cards are so strong. You need to be able to deal with them in one way or another.
I mean, often when Gearhulk resolves, the game ends. But if it doesn't, yeah, can
Aaron had no changes. Some interesting cards I saw in his deck. He is main decking a Broken Wings,
Hmm.
and he's main decking a Ticket Tortoise, the 3/1 defender that can make a treasure.
That could just be a nod to needing a potential extra source of red.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, so Jeremy, pretty yeah, like he drew like his top end, but I mean they had cycling, but yeah, all five of his six drops have cycling, so his deck is a bit more low curve than it appears to be from looking here. So he is splashing a run over and uh, the name it's the 2/3 Gruul dinosaur, the one that could fight something, the legendary little
Oh
baby
yeah.
dino, and as well as the loot. So he's running all of those. Not he doesn't have too many dinosaurs to get that thing to really go off, but it still works on its own. Yeah. So in came the blockbuster. I think he took out some other 3 drop. Uh, but we are going to game 2 here, and the winner of this match gets to go on to the finals for a chance to win. Well, for these guys, it would be their second league if either of them got to the if one of them got to the finals. I do know Jeremy is he's after his first solo win and mega draft win because he won the team league. So I know he's
Mhm.
you know he's won a league, but he definitely wants the mega draft solo league win for sure. And Aaron would
Kind
be
of
after his second league win in what 3 leagues? There was only one league in between, I think.
interesting keep from Aaron. It was 5 lands, a collision course, and a
Uh,
glint sleeve artisan. So he's not
Okay,
going to have that explosive start. He did draw an Old Tech Cloud Guard. So turns 3 and 4, he's going to put some stuff on the board, but much slower hand than we've seen come out of Aaron so far.
yeah. So Jeremy did need to cycle that lava serpent to find his third land, but he did find it. Which means he gets to pretty much smooth out the rest of his draws. He has a Keen Buccaneer to help smooth the draw and Vision of Vryn, which he draws some cards. He also has a Rover Blades, which wasn't seen too much in Aetherdrift. Inverted Iceberg, which is the 2 drop
Mm.
artifact with what was that mechanic where you you could flip it,
Uh,
craft it, you could
Mel
craft it or whatever.
crafting.
Yeah, and he drew Pedal to the Metal, but he doesn't have a red source. But everything else, he has a 4 drop. He'll need a land to cast that. But all right, so Aaron,
Aaron,
yeah, he's curving out now. Didn't have the 2 drop, but
yeah, he's
he's
going
going wide.
wide. He has the collision course as removal. He drew a run over, and he has an overgrown pest and 2 lands in hand.
Yeah, like I don't know if it was just like the sets that were in this draft, but there's like a few go wide decks, right? There's a couple of
Hmm.
Orzhov decks out there that are going pretty wide. There's this deck. Um, yeah, I don't know if it was just the way that the sets worked out, but oh, perfect here. He's drawn his mountain here, which is just pretty perfect. I'm sure he's wishing this raceway were a colored land right now, just because he would have maybe been able to cast his inverted iceberg this turn. But he's definitely been able to draw his lands, which is what he needed.
And we might have us a little bit of a game. I mean, Aaron, he's able to cast everything, but he doesn't have any of his bombs yet. His deck's
Yeah,
looking, you know, like a fairly normal deck so
yeah.
far.
And Jeremy doesn't have the bombs to the degree that Aaron has. He has the loot. He has the galleon. It's like
Hmm.
the 5 drop vehicle that deals 5 damage and then makes treasure. Like those cards are great. They're not. I mean, loot's pretty good, but they're not at the level of game warping as some
Yeah.
of the stuff we've seen from Aaron. So Jeremy does have his pedal to the metal up, but he could have tried to go for it, but decided against it, probably wisely so.
It's yeah, it's smart. It's a smart move.
Yeah, so I don't know. I still don't know all what it means, but I assume some of these cards are what you would call tempo. This wicked slumber here and the pedal to the metal. He's trying to get on board and then keep his opponent off kilter as much as he can. I guess that's what tempo is. I still don't know to this day.
All right, so he's gonna tap a couple things down.
Yeah. So it looks like he's going to put both the stun counters on the Cloud Guard. Fifth line off the top is okay.
Let's see if he goes for the engineer. Aaron can stop it with a run over in response.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to go too crazy with that.
Yeah, the 3/5 flyer will really shut this board down. The attacks from Jeremy.
So the thing is, if he goes for it, he's going to lose the engineer. If he plays another spell, well, then he's going to lose the engineer probably either way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess might as well cast the spell instead, because at least you get something for it.
Well, I mean, he's getting damage in.
He is at max speed, so I don't know how many speed payoffs he has. He does have the land, but we're not at the point yet in the game where you're activating that
Mm-hmm.
discard and draw.
The card draw is really nice because he's been able to slow Aaron down so he can take a little bit of a breath and like draw a couple cards.
Yeah, so this priority definitely is it's telling something. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Aaron can exactly put him on pedal to the metal, but normally if opponent has a red mana, I assume it's like a shock variant or something like that.
He's trying to, yeah, we're going to kill the 3/4 and we're
Yeah,
just going to attack, I
I mean,
think.
yeah, attack for 6 seems worth it. Yeah, so Jeremy from his Invasion of Rin drew. Well, he discarded a mountain, which was one of the cards he drew. He got another mountain and Endrider Catalyzer, which is the max speed 2-drop where it taps for 2 red mana, I believe. Now
And Aaron's
that's
hand is just 3 planes and a run over, so he doesn't have much going
okay.
on.
So he's running out of steam a bit, but he still has the board control here.
Yeah, he has the Captivating Cave too to put a couple counters on something if he needs to.
That's 2 counters, I believe, when you sack it.
Yeah, 2
Pretty
counters.
good.
It's great when you got 3 lands in hand.
It'll do. I mean, that's why like anything that upgrades a basic land is just so invaluable.
Yeah,
All right. Well, he milled a Glitch Ghost, which is pretty good.
that's
That's a card
yeah,
at some point
that's a hit.
if the game proceeds in a way that he's able to have time for that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to do much though because he needs to commit more to the board or he's going to keep taking damage. And Aaron can kind of kill, anything 3 toughness or less right now whenever he wants.
So he's drawn a 4 mana 6/3, which in this board state would be good. However, it's a vehicle with I think it has crew 3, the Ironclad. So
Oof. Oh
this
yeah.
is the example of like why I just don't like vehicles, because in the moment when you need to not just attack people with an undercosted beater, like you need a block and it can't. But he can play as
Mm-hmm.
Endrider Catalyzer, which is the 3/1 here. Still does have that mana open for the pedal to the metal, which he may have to attempt to
Yeah.
use.
We'll see if Aaron, when he wants to fire off this run over.
Okay, he's
Ooh,
held on to it for now.
we got in a Johnny
Uh-oh.
unyielding off the top. That can't be good for Jeremy.
Yeah, so that one I believe the plus lets you find like a permanent from your top 3 or 4, and then the minus is like basically you're casting Swords to Plowshares.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I did play a lot of Kaladesh Block Limited back in the day.
I think he's trying to think if he. I mean, I feel like we're definitely casting a Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to put his opponent on a counterspell. If so,
No,
whatever.
and it's a +2. It comes in at 4. It's going to be real hard to kill this thing if he ticks it up.
Yeah, I don't recall what the ultimate is, but I assume it just puts +1 counters on a bunch of
Yeah.
things, because that's what a Johnny.
Yeah.
A Johnny either
Yeah.
makes cat tokens or puts counters on things. Like,
Put 5 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control
sure.
and 5 loyalty counters on each
Oh,
planeswalker
why
you
not?
control.
Cool. Yeah, reveal the top 3 cards. Put all non-land permanent. Okay.
Yeah, not even just creatures.
Yeah, Jeremy's just thinking, oh. Jeremy's like, maybe I could fight this wide board, I have this pedal to the metal. I have some resources here. I have the iceberg, the glitch ghost, the sky streak. I have things to put my mana into if I can get the board stabilized, and then opponent just plays a planeswalker that
Yeah.
goes up to 6 and just has no way of attacking.
Once Aaron starts finding his bombs, it's going to be
Yeah,
really
and he
hard.
just casually draws 3 or
Draws
draws 2,
3,
draws 2, right?
can't
Non-land permanents.
draws
Yeah,
draws 2, and like, what's Jeremy going to do? He can't kill Johnny. We're not holding up run over for the first time, but
yeah.
I don't
Jeremy's
I don't know how
like,
much that matters.
got to cycle this. He's got a Tidal Terror, which is the
Yeah.
big. It's the Island Cycler from Mom,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe can gain unblockable if you tap 2 creatures. But I mean, that's like sort of maybe a plan to fight a
You
Johnny,
can,
but he's gonna have to tap his board, so that doesn't work.
yeah, and it's going to take a couple turns to
But
even kill a Johnny
I
that way.
I assume he's gonna play the 5/6 Tidal Terror. Can't,
Plays the 5/6.
or I guess he could
I mean,
craft. He could craft into a 6/6. He does have an artifact in his graveyard.
I
The
mean
the
the
dark.
problem is that Johnny just kills whatever he plays, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it'll at least give him life. So there's that. But this is a brutal planeswalker because it gets high loyalty and then the minus just protects it.
yeah, kills the 6/6. He can fight something else. He can keep attacking. He's got action.
Yeah, like the way you can hope to kill a planeswalker is like they play it, they minus it to kill your thing, and then you're able to sneak in enough damage.
Mm-hmm.
But a Johnny's never going to get low enough for Jimmy to be able
No.
to get a sneaky attack on it.
Right. And if Jeremy doesn't commit to the board and takes some other plan, like you can't just let Aaron keep drawing cards. It's not going to work out.
I mean, in theory, he could spend all of his mana to kill the Ajani. He could pedal to the metal his Skystreak Engineer, which he did just mouse over the pedal to the metal. I think he's weighing
I
the
mean,
pros and cons
honestly,
of this.
I think you have to.
So worst thing that could happen is opponent untaps, kills the 3/1, attacks for 9.
And,
That's pretty worst case, but
and well, it could be 11 if he uses the counters too.
a Jack an active Ajani is also extremely bad case.
Yeah. Damned if
So
you do, damned if you don't.
yeah, it's like I think he's gonna go for the get Ajani off the board mode, but
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel great here. So he's gonna have to. This is gonna cost 6 mana. Yeah, so that's the 6. The question of what was the single red mana instant that he had priority for has been solved, and I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, he killed a Johnny.
I mean, it still drew 2 cards, so
Yeah.
right here's an Agar
Oh,
playing
all right.
that End Rider mana coming into use there.
Drew another creature over here. Gibberic Omnivore. Lots of little stuff, but that's what Aaron's trying to do.
I mean, is he willing to throw away one of his creatures to get in 4 damage? Probably.
He could just run it over and swing with
Oh, yeah,
everything.
that works too. Yeah, that's an attack of 9, and that leaves Jeremy with next to no options with only 1 card in hand.
And he can play
I can still play
at
other
least two. Yeah, like at least two other
6 and
creatures.
7. Yeah, he could play. Well, yeah, he spends 2 for run over, and then we see 5 mana worth of creatures revealed from the Johnny just from
Yeah,
that. So
yeah, we're killing the Agar.
yeah, Jeremy doesn't have anything that like deals with multiple creatures. So looks like potentially we're getting Aaron in the finals here.
Yeah, his deck is just it does what it's supposed to do. Like this wasn't even a great hand that he kept. He kept a 5-lander, but he was able to draw out of it.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it works, right? Like we saw in the first round, Michael kept that 5-lander and just got punished turn after turn after
Mm-hmm.
turn. Drew like 4 or 5 extra lands and only 1 or 2 spells, and sometimes you keep the 5-lander and you draw creatures and you play a creature every turn starting on turn 3. Yeah, Jeremy's doing the math here. I think he realizes it doesn't quite matter what he
Yeah,
has.
you don't got to do the math, Jeremy. It's too much.
Math is hard, but this math is it's not possible.
Yes. 7 attackers, maybe 3 blockers.
Yeah, so we're looking at way more than 4 damage coming through. I mean, he's pausing. I think he's potentially looking over his deck list. He does have the Glitch Ghost Surveyor to draw a card. I think he's trying to figure out, is there an actual card in my deck that I could spend 3 mana and then with my whatever mana I've left over actually be able to do something. Okay, well he gets to craft a 6/6, but and I guess I'll leave up mana and hope to invoke fear in his opponent.
Hmm.
But not sure that's quite going to be enough to stop Aaron from finding the line here.
And removal spell, Cosmic Hunger, fight spell off the top.
Yeah,
Just makes it a little easier if he needs it to. Yeah.
I mean
We're
he could
putting some
pretty safely
counters.
attack and then just from there do something. He says, let me put more damage into play. That captivating tube that
Yeah.
we talked about early, uh, just being used here to maximize the damage output.
He's just dumping his hand now.
Well, he wants to start his engines. He wants to get to max speed too, but unfortunately, max speed two will not change anything here. Uh, yeah, Aaron is heading to the finals. We're going to see him attempt to win his second league in just a span of a few months here. He did draw a run over, which would have been nice if he had mana, but yeah, impressive showing from Aaron. Like he's been in total control of all the games so far. So
Yeah.
we like to see close back and forth games, but Jeremy put up a fight for a bit, but that Ajani really swung the game pretty heavily, which is what we said. A lot of those cards that Aaron has can do. So congratulations to Aaron B. We'll be seeing him in the finals of the Ether Draft Mega Draft in just a little bit.